Hello crocheters, here is an easy lacy stitch that I would like to share with you today. This is the kind of stitch that would be perfect for when you want to make a big project, yet you have a little yarn. This stitch does not take much yarn. The stitches worked here are trebles and chains, and there's lots of open spaces here. So for that reason, this stitch works very quickly and does not take much yarn. So you can make a beautiful tablecloth or table runner with it. I'm thinking about a lacy scarf or shawl, a summer scarf or shawl, maybe in combination with other stitches. I think this is a great stitch to have in your collection of lacy stitches. The yarn that I'm using is YarnArt Begonia. Some of you are probably sick and tired of seeing this yarn in my videos, but this summer I am absolutely in love with this yarn. So that's what I'm going to use. And my hook it's a vintage one actually, made in USA. It says boy size 6, which is actually 1.8 millimeters. However, you can use other yarns and bigger size hooks as well. The starting chain must be a multiple of 16 plus 10. And for my sample, I will start with 58 chains. Here I have 58 chains and I'm ready to start my first row. Into the second chain from the hook, I will work a single crochet. We never count the chain on the hook, we always start counting from the next one. So 1, 2, and over here I work a single crochet. Next 9 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm going to skip 7 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And into the next one, I work a single crochet. And again, 9 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I skip 7 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and into the next one I work a single crochet. That's all I'm going to do in the first row. It's gonna be 9 chains, skip 7 chains, and a single crochet into the next chain. And that's how I'm going to continue crocheting until the end of this row. Here is the first row finished, and the last single crochet was worked into the last chain. So I turn my work and I start row number 2 with 9 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 of these 9 chains will count as the first double treble stitch, and 3 chains will count as chain 3 space. Next I have this chain 9 loop. I'm going to skip the first 2 chains of these 9 chains, and into the next one I will work a treble. So yarn over twice, I insert the hook and I work a treble stitch. And now into each one of the next 4 chains I will also work trebles. So here I have 5 trebles worked into 5 chains of 9 chains of the loop. Next 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I skip the first 2 chains of the next chain 9 loop, so 1, 2, and into the next one, the third one, I work a treble. Next 3 chains, 1, 2, 3. I skip the next 3 chains of the same loop, 1, 2, 3, and into the next one I work a treble. Five chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the pattern begins to repeat from here. Again, I skip the first 2 chains of the next chain 9 loop, and into the next one I work a treble. And the same way I did over here, I will work a treble into each one of the next 4 chains. And again 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into the 3rd chain of the next chain 9 loop. So I'm skipping the first 2 chains, and into the next one I work a treble. Then 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, skip the next 3 chains, and into the next chain a treble again. And again, the pattern repeats from here. Next, I will work 5 chains, and into the next chain 9 loop, I will work 5 trebles in a row, the way I did over here. And that's how I continue crocheting all the way across. And here I am at the end of the row. In the last loop, I work 5 trebles, the same way as I did in the first loop. And I'm doing that to keep the symmetry. And now here is how I'm going to finish. 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and into this last single crochet I will work a double treble, which means that I do yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then I work a double treble stitch. That's it, the second row is now finished. I turn my work and I start the next row with 1 chain, and into this very first double treble I work a single crochet. Next 9 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now into the next chain 5 loop, which is right here, into the middle chain, the 3rd one, 1, 2, 3, over here I work a single crochet. So now I have a chain 9 loop. Now I'm going to make another chain 9 loop. So 9 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and again into the chain 5 space right here, into the 3rd chain of these 5 chains I work a single crochet. Nine chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the next chain 5 is right here, and into the 3rd chain I work a single crochet. And that's all I'm gonna do in this row, making chain 9 loops and single crochets. Here I am at the end of the row. This is gonna be my last chain 9 loop. So where am I supposed to make single crochet? Well, right here I have 9 turning chains, and remember I said that the first 6 of them will count as a double treble and the next 3 will count as chain 3 space. So basically I'm making the last single crochet into the 6th chain, counting from the bottom, or I can just skip 3 chains over here and into the next one. That's where I make the last single crochet. So in this row again I have chain 9 loops and single crochets. I turn my work and I start the next row with 9 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and again the same way as before. The first 6 chains will count as the first double treble, and 3 chains will count as chain 3 space. Now here I have 9 chains, and just the way I did before, I'm going to skip the first 2 of them, and into the next one, the third one, I work a treble. Next, 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and into the next one I work a treble. So the pattern is going to alternate here. In the previous row of trebles I had 5 trebles over here, but in this row I will only have these open little windows, let's call them that. Okay, so next 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here I have the next chain 9 loop. I skip the first 2 chains, and into the next one I work a treble. So over here I had a little window. That means over here in this row I will have 5 trebles. So into each one of the next 4 chains I work a treble. So you can see how the pattern alternates here. 5 trebles and above a window. Here this was a window and above 5 trebles. Again 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in this loop, to keep the pattern alternating, I will make a window. So skip 2 chains and into the next chain a treble. Then 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and into the next chain a treble. And that's how I'm going to continue crocheting this row. And at the end of the row I make 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and into the last single crochet I will work a double treble. So yarn over 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and I work a double treble. I turn my work, and the next row is going to be a row of chain 9 loops again. So the instructions here are exactly the same as the instructions in row number 3. I start with 1 chain and a single crochet into the first double treble, then 9 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and into the next chain 5, which is right here, into the third chain of those 5 chains I work a single crochet. Here I have my chain 9 loop. Now I'm going to make the next one. So 9 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here is my next chain 5 space, and into the third chain of those 5 chains I work a single crochet. And that's how I'm going to continue crocheting these chain 9 loops and single crochets. And at the end of the row, I count the 6th chain from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I simply skip 3 chains here, 1, 2, 3, and into the next one is where I make the last single crochet. Okay, all I need to do now is to repeat the pattern from row number 2. So let me show you on this sample. Now you can see how the alternating goes. So it's a solid block, then a window, a solid block and a window. And the same goes up, a solid block and a window, a solid block and a window. And that's how this pattern works. Very easy and very enjoyable. I hope you like it, and until the next tutorial.